balance of making enjoyable music that also had truthful information in it. It was like always a very, very fine line. A fine line of when to break the high, in a way. Because there's a lot of, dance music, like Four on the Floor. It seems like it's trying to just be strictly the high and never break it. Never give any type of extra information, just strictly be the smoothest drug possible. And with backpack rap, it was always like this responsibility that we felt to, our parents, our ancestors, and to our generation at that time to use our platform of the drum to educate with it. And we took it as a responsibility more than the responsibility of like personal wealth. And I think that was the beginning, first notes of any Steve Jobs comparison, before I even knew to have the audacity to compare myself to Steve Jobs. There was that idea of the Benz in the backpack, the mix of the information, the responsibility to my parents who are educators, and the understanding that it had to be a bit dumbed down, it had to be accessible in a way. The fact that that is there, and my respect for that, and the fact that I came from that underground place, that is the balance, that is the anchor for a college dropout to work. That it has to be anchored in an entire community of people that believed in a certain type of anti-radio music. And I guess radio has a connotation because so many people are like, it's so formulaic, and people figure out a formula that works for radio.
Walt Disney, I don't know about himself, but due to his success and what he did with films, when they decided to start selling t-shirts, they went and got, I don't know the exact story, but let's just say this is what the story. They went out and got a licensing deal. Say, let's put our logo on some t-shirts. And it was simple as that, and now you have like Mickey Mouse t-shirts, right? My take, let me go to Paris and get my ass kicked for 15 years and learn how to make clothes for real, and then let me sell a t-shirt with that level of knowledge. I don't want to sell anything that I'm not extremely knowledgeable about. If I go into beauty, it's gonna take some years, before, it can't happen in 6 months. It's gonna be at least a year and a half, 2 years before the first product comes out. Because I have to have so many no's, I have to learn about it, and this would be me working next to experts. It takes, I just don't rush product based off my name. The product has to be, something that I can stand behind. The product has to be a contribution to society. When you're acting in love, you're like a drop of water and you have the ocean as your army. When you act in fear, it's just you and your money. Now you can take your money and put it in Bitcoin, put a credit form, put it in cash, or all your cash, and then stand up to the ocean, and who's gonna win? We definitely are dealing with racism, but I wanna push future concepts. Now I'm giving you two streams of consciousness in one. I want to talk about my wife. I also want to talk about Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill.
We're following you. We're following you on. You set it up good.
That was the moment that I wanted to use Bitcoin, and I saw Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill. Well, it was really just my subconscious. It was a feeling I had. Like people were taught how to think. We're taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free. And I felt a freedom in, first of all, just doing something that everybody tells you not to do. I just love Trump. That's my boy. It's like so many rappers. You'll look at a video of Snoop Dogg loving Trump, but then he get in the office and now they don't love him. Like, Trump is one of rap's favorite people, right?
But we talk about this, that before he was elected president, people in hip hop, it was an in thing to put Donald Trump in your rhyme somewhere.
And by the way, I am in hip hop, but I'm not just in hip hop. I'm a black person in the black community, but I'm not just that. I feel like one thing is people try to minimize me to artists, hip hop, black community, yeah, I'm always gonna represent that, but I also represent the world. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race.